To the channel, everyone. Today we're going to give you a little bit of a van tour, show you some of the features, show you what there's still left to do. Hopefully you can give me some comments and feedback onto that. So let's get into it. About this van in particular, it's a 2013 Vauxhall Movano, which is probably a UK thing, not anywhere else. It's actually built by Renault. It's a Renault Master Mark III. It's a H2L2, which means it's got the second highest roof height and the second highest length. So the actual pattern piece from here to the cab is just about 3 meters, and it's pretty much 2 meters wide. I'm 5'8", and you can see I've got a fair bit of room, so we can see that, of headroom in here, even if you allow for the fact there's actually a floor down, so there's probably another 15-20 mil floor height, and then some on the ceiling as well. So I think you're comfortably 6'1", 6'2", you could probably still get in this height of van altogether. Shooting from the passenger seat into the back of the van, you can see the living area is basic but comfortable. We've got everything we need and nothing we don't really. Because we stay on sites a lot, there's no real need for showers or anything like that in particular, because that stuff's available to us from the sites. So it looks pretty good, other than, like I said, the rear doors, which are causing me nightmares at the moment. But I think once they're done, I think it will look pretty good. So we take a look at the bed area now. The bed's a platform bed, goes across the van, and it equates basically to slightly under a standard small double size. There's a foam mattress, a full thickness foam mattress, so it's very comfortable to sleep in. I had to cut about 10 mil off the end of it, but it's got a removable cover, so that's pretty comfortable. You can see I've used the suede liner at the top, perhaps a bit more successfully in the doors if you've seen any of my doors videos. There are a few bits I need tidying up, which just kind of wear and tear after a while. We've also here got the TV that's mounted up against the cover, and that's got a fire stick and other USB power in there, and you can see the outlets there attached to the back. So the bed, like I said, is very comfortable. You can sleep really well across there, and like I said, it gives you that big advantage of having all that storage under the platform bed itself. And on the bed panel, in addition, we've got the control panel for all the electrical devices and the controller for the diesel heater. You can see underneath there in the last video where I damaged that slightly putting those brackets in. And that still needs to be repaired, so we're working on that. We've got a small little dustbin, and then the outlet for the diesel heater down the bottom, and you can rotate that and direct the air which way you want. If we look from the back of the van here, got the lights on, the bed's up top, that's the garage area, and the electrical area where all the equipment is. You can see there, as you might have seen on my other videos, on my electric system, charge controller, all those bits are in there, along with the diesel heaters housed in here too, and also some emergency equipment for changing tyres or puncture repairs. I always bring the bigger jack and things like that, because the standard stuff doesn't give me much confidence taking the wheel off. So that's that side. Moving on to the other side, it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but you can see just how much room we've got in here to store all this camping gear that we take away. Now in here we've got tables, gazebo, windbreaks, saucepans, and all that sort of stuff you need when you're camping on a site somewhere. Like I said, it's all a bit of a mess at the moment, but that's where it all lives. So you've got plenty of storage room in there. Keep the fire pit in there as well. Moving into the kitchen area, you can see I've got a fairly plain worktop and a small sink with a micro switch tap. And I've got two cupboards in the front, a big drawer, and I've got the fridge down there. So we'll talk about the fridge in a second. Inside of the cupboards, underneath, this is where I store my water tanks. I've just got a removable waste and fresh water tank, and I keep the gas grill in there. Top of the kitchen unit, I've got several USB ports there for charging up, well, all sorts of stuff. This van is entirely 12 volt, so it's USB charging most of the way. So that's in there. There's a control circuit board in there for that. Now you'll notice on the worktop there's actually no cutout for a grill. Now that's on purpose. I decided not to put a grill in here and have the mobile one, because most of my cooking is done outside. In fact, it's preferential to do all my cooking outside. But you can still, plenty of room to drop this on top and leave it there for the morning to make a cup of tea before you get out of bed, etc, etc. So that's why that is like that. Finally, for the kitchen area there, I've got this large drawer which we store all sorts of things in at the moment. It's got remote controls and a laptop in it and a few other bits and pieces. But that's a handy sized drawer for when you're off and about. Completing the kitchen area is I've got this small Boo fridge supplied by Magnum Motorhomes. The door opens either side. It's a 12 volt fridge. It's pretty efficient actually. It runs very well on my system. Never any problems with it, and I'm very happy with it. So above the kitchen area, I've got some basic overhead cabinets. When we are away on trips, these would be usually full of food and other little bits and pieces that we carry regularly. Got a little light under there, and they're the standard push button camper style. I need to get some stays for them actually to keep the doors open and not in use. They provide a nice storage area there. You can fit quite a bit in there. Down on the floor, I've got this box that I've made. I've done a little short on this, probably not a full video. Now this box is used as dual purpose really. It's used as an extra seat and also a step up onto the bed, so maybe triple purpose. But it actually contains the little Thetford toilet. The box lifts up, the toilet is housed in there, and that stays there the whole time, and you can easily lift out the top. There's a hole at the front to reach the handle to open the drain section of the toilet, but we wanted to not use up too much floor space, and that does the job. Well, 3 jobs in one. A couple of videos ago you would have seen me struggling with this stuff here when I was trying to attempt to do the rear doors. Now I did actually do all of the stuff you can see in the van, and I think it's because it's basically flat surfaces, it's a hell of a lot easier to do. When it gets more complicated, I think that's when my skills run out. This stuff is pretty interesting. It kind of gives you a bit of a luxury feel. It's kind of nice to the touch, and you know, a bit different to carpet, but obviously, you know, heed my warning, it is way more difficult to install around sort of more complex shapes. These big flat shapes and down the sides of the pillars and things, yeah, it's a bit easier to work with. I could manage it. After that, it got a bit complicated. If you come onto the side door of the van, again, this is one all in honesty, I would probably just carpet it, but I don't think I would be able to do it. I don't really mind it being blue. This lower panel, I cut this out of ply and just painted it in the same grey colour as the rest of the thing. I'm kind of used to it being blue. It probably should have a covering, but again, it's not one that I'm going to do myself. You've seen what happened with the doors. Yeah, so yeah, this one's definitely get a professional to do it for me, because I think I would ruin it. It doesn't bother me too much, but like I said, this van is changing day to day. It's not finished. It's not complete. There'll be things I would want to change. In fact, there are things that I want to change already from where we've got to so far. But that's all. The ceiling in this van is a plastic clad van. I've also installed a roof vent. Now, it's not a fancy Max Air fan one, but it does have a fly screen, fan direction in and out, but with a manual turn there. And because I don't have any opening side windows, it's important that that's there to manage moisture and stuff during the night. So quite often we'll have that cracked, as long as it's not raining of course, just to keep the air circulating inside the van. But it's pretty reasonable if you compare it to a Max fan, but does the job very well. terms of the ceiling in this van, it is a plastic clad ceiling. I've changed it a couple of times and I must admit I'm not super happy with it and may change it again. You can see the roof fan there, but yeah, let me know what you think about that. This van is always constantly changing, evolving as I decide to do different things. But one thing I haven't really made my mind up about is this window. So the van came with these two windows in it from standard because it was a 7-seat crew van. Now I'm not sure something to frame that and build something in there or keep the window nice and open. I'm not really sure what to do. So any thoughts, let me know down in the comments. I won't focus on the rear doors too long because I've already mentioned about them and they're a bane of my life. But we do have these IKEA, I'm not really sure what they would call it, like a shelving system thing. They come with boards, you put them up and you've got lots of little accessories like little baskets that you can see there, which hook into various different things. It's actually pretty handy for at night. Maybe you pop your sort of phone or whatever in there to charge or whatever. I mean, they're pretty useful. On the other one, we've used it as really a coat rack. So we hang up our outdoor jackets and stuff there when we're out and about. But yeah, let's not focus too much on them because, yeah. We move on through to the cab area of the van. As I mentioned before, this has got air conditioning, electric mirrors and electric windows. All the other equipment is standard, 6-speed manual. There's the grab handle installed a couple of months back. You'll see the seats covers that I've also installed. And I've got a video on swapping what was a standard double seat into a single passenger with a swivel. Done a video on that too. You've got quite a bit of storage up above the sun visors where I keep my hat and things, a sunglasses holder. So there's quite a bit of storage in the van. It is kind of what you expect for a van interior. It's kind of hard plastic and a bit scratchy and a bit rattly, as these things tend to be. But overall, it seems to be fairly sturdy. In the bulkhead area, we just use that for blanket storage and some other soft furnishing storage. At the time, it actually goes quite a way. It's useful for storing those bits and pieces, towels and other stuff like that generally when we're away. Well, there we go. That's a little look around the van, showing you. If I've missed anything, let me know. Also, if you've got any comments regarding the sliding door and what to do about this window situation, then do drop them down below, along with anything else, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Appreciate you watching the video. If you've got this far, please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you all in the next one.